right. Hello. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Let's hope the lighting isn't quite as wonky as it is in real life. Oh, let's hope I can color correct. Okay? Because this shit's wonky. It's warm and it's wonky and I don't like it. So I apologize if that's bothering you already. But today I have a very special video in store and I am super excited about it. It's going to be a two-parter. Okay? Two-part video. Today we're doing the first part. And what is this video, you ask? Caitlin, what is this video? Well, I've gone through every Taylor Swift album. I have chosen 2 songs that happen to be my favorite of the albums. So therefore, they must be yours as well. And I pair a book with the song. I pair a book that has the same vibe, same feel as Miss Swift's song, her lyrics, her vibe. Okay? You'll see as we go through. Today, in our first part, we are going to be covering all of the albums that Miss Swift does not own in her catalog yet. So we will be doing her debut, Taylor Swift, Speak Now, 1989, and Reputation. Okay? So that's 4 of her albums, and we're going to go through, choosing 2 songs each, and I'm going to give you some book recommendations. All right? Like I said, my name is Caitlin J. Reeds. Like, comment down below, do you like Taylor Swift? If you do, what are your favorite songs? If you don't, why not? I mean, be careful with the slander. All right? But, like, why not? We're open to discussion here. All right? Subscribe. Somehow, we're at 124 now. I was going to do a cute little dance of me to Britney Spears' 3, because I was at 123, but then I saw it was too late. But thank you. From the very bottom of my heart to every single one of you subs. You guys are the best. And like I said, let's just get on with this video. All right, I'm so excited. First, we have Taylor Swift's debut, Taylor Swift. Okay? First song we have is Picture to Burn. You know, what a great revenge song. I love it. The original, as the Swiftie calls, the original, it still slaps. You know, it still slaps as a bisexual woman. And we'll get to that later on in this video. Okay, but it's still, Picture to Burn is a great song, even with the version you have on Spotify and Apple Music and such today. And what a great revenge song. What is a great revenge book? All right? I couldn't help but be reminded of Best Served Cold by Joe Abercrombie. This is the first book in his spin-off trilogy. In my opinion, while it might give you better context if you read all 3 books in the First Law trilogy before this, I feel like it's standalone novel. I feel like you could go into it without reading that first trilogy. You'd just be missing a tiny bit of context. All right, just a tiny bit. That's kind of important, but like not in the grand scheme of life important, you know? But this is a great revenge story. We have our main character, the Butcher of Capril, and she gets called to the Duke's castle, shall you say, his fortress, his hunker down base. All right, her, and her brother. All right, and the Duke betrays them, and the Duke and everyone in the room with them attempts to assassinate the Butcher of Capril and her brother. All right? They succeeded with the brother. Spoiler. All right? We are left with Miss Butcher of Capril, who is stitched back together again by a mystery man. All right? And now is on the hunt for revenge to kill every single person who is involved in that scenario, to get revenge for killing her brother. This is a great book. All right? I really enjoyed this. It was such a letdown going to the heroes, but this book, in my opinion, was one of the best Joe Abercrombie had to offer. I just really loved it. You know, I absolutely adored this book. So I paired this with Picture to Burn. Picture to Burn is an iconic revenge song, and this is an iconic revenge book. There you go. Next, we have our song. I have a special place in my heart for this song. I love this song, all right? What reminds me of this song? Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Also, I'm going to include the new cover art for this because I actually adore it. I adore this cover art, all right, with the little chalk words. How fucking cute with the little crest. Adorable. Okay, our song is a sweet, innocent love song written by like a 15-year-old Taylor Swift. All right, sweet, innocent, pleasant, and low stakes. And what is Legends and Lattes? Sweet, pleasant, and low stakes fantasy. All right, I've talked about it like a million times on my channel, but if you haven't read it, all right, we follow an orc who decides to settle down, you know, grow her roots a little bit in a town, all right? And in this fantasy world, this town has never heard of coffee, all right? Whoa, I know, crazy. So she decides to open up the very first coffee shop of the city and enlists other members of the community to help her build, help her bake, help her do the coffee. She meets a little love interest on the way, all right? Great book. Great, phenomenal job. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. All right, sweet, pleasant, innocent, and low stakes. Our song, sweet, pleasant, innocent, low stakes Taylor Swift. The perfect pairing. Next, we're going on to Speak Now. All right, beautiful album. You know, while going through it again, because I try not to listen too often to the discography she doesn't own, but going through it again, I just was reminded how much I love Speak Now and the songs on this album. Okay, first off, we have Haunted, all right, which is my favorite song personally on Speak Now. All right, I have vivid memories of being in like the 6th grade, you know, the summer between 6th and 7th grade by a lake near Lake George. All right, I know it's weird, in a hammock, listening to this song specifically and like being melodramatic because my life was hard in the 6th grade. All right. Anyways, but this song is truly about being haunted by the ghost of your love. All right. And just them leaving you, them being a ghost in your life, but you can't help but be weighed down by the presence of them. All right. Do I even have to say anymore? All right. This is Harrow the Ninth. This is the second book in the Locked Tomb trilogy. All right. And I picked this one for a specific reason. All right. I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. All right. Okay. But there will be some slight spoilers. All right. Gideon the Ninth follows Gideon, our main character Gideon, who desperately wants to get off their home planet. All right. And in order to do that, they have to team up with their arch nemesis, Harrow, okay? And they go off to this competition of sorts, hosted in, let's say, haunted mansion crossed with space science fiction crossed with horror. All right, very interesting. Very interesting. That is Gideon the Ninth. That's what that's about. This follows our main character, Harrow, and it's very confusing. It's very much a mindfuck until the last third of the book, all right? But there's a reason for it, okay? She's haunted, shall you say, all right? This book definitely gives off the vibes of Haunted by Taylor Swift. If you've read it, you probably agree. If you don't and you like Haunted, read Gideon the Ninth, listen to Haunted after you're done, and then go into Harrow the Ninth, expecting some real heartache, some real pining, some real confusion for sure. All right, but it's so good. It's so good. If you've, talked to anyone who's read this series, I believe it's a series now, not even a trilogy, they will tell you it is so worth the read. And I'm so excited to get to Nona the Ninth, but I do want to do a reread of these. And don't you just think these covers are amazing? Also, we have lesbians in space. I love a good gay book, all right? And as we know, Miss Taylor Swift, actually you may not know, but I am a gayler, okay? And I believe that Taylor Swift has been leaving nuances throughout her lyrics, and some of them pertain to women, all right? And I just couldn't help but pair Haunted to this. I know Haunted's not really in that era, all right? It's more like of a Pining Over High School Boys and John Mayer era, you know? But then we have the song Back to December, which is pretty much her apology song, or her fuck, I wish I didn't do that song, for when she broke up with Taylor Lautner, how she treated Taylor Lautner. And it's a really, really great song about sadness and about really regret, all right? And I feel like a really good pairing to this, it's not a couple regret, like it's not regret between a couple, but the Broken Earth trilogy. And I chose the Obelisk Gate, all right, because a very specific reason, okay? These books follow, all right, it's going to be hard not to give spoilers for this, but in the first book, we follow 3 different perspectives, okay? And they're all from different narrative styles, all right? And we follow, in real time, our main character, Essun, who is a mother. And she gets separated from her daughter, Nasun, who gets taken away, kidnapped by their father, Jija, trying to find a place to essentially cure her of orogeny, okay? And Essun is just broken. She is terribly sad. But in the second book, we get Nasun's point of view. And all I have to say is she has a lot of resentment towards her mother, Essun. And we also get Essun really diving into kind of how she treated Nasun, and how almost in her head, they just had 2 completely point of views. And then by the end, in The Stone Sky, Essun can really understand where Nasun is coming from in her anger and resentment towards Essun. All right, so I really feel like that is a great song to kind of encapsulate their relationship and how Essun feels towards Nasun, especially at the end of the trilogy. Okay, but this is the second book because I feel like there's a lot of resentment and a lot of built up tension within Nasun, and that's something that's covered within Back to December. You know, every time I see you, something along the lines of shit. All right, specifically because the lyric, because the last time you saw me, is still burned in the back of your mind. And I feel like Nasun is so resentful towards her mother, Essun, that it's burned in her mind. And she really has a hard time grappling with her mother and the treatment of her mother throughout the trilogy. And these books are so great. Just recently reread them. They're phenomenal. Please read them if you haven't. Give it another chance if you didn't love it the first time. Maybe, you know, the second time around will be better luck for you, because these books are just phenomenal. All right, they're so good. Please read them. Goodbye. This is the whole Broken Earth trilogy, to be honest, paired with Back to December by Taylor Swift. We're halfway there, folks. Now we have 1989. What an album. Peak of pop, Taylor Swift. All right, peak of chart-topping pop, Taylor Swift. All right, we have Bad Blood. Because I can't help but be doing a video with fantasy book recommendations and not cover Bad Blood. But you know what I picked for this? Is the short story First Kill by V.E. Schwab, which is in the short story collection Vampires Never Get Cold or something along those lines. Insert cover here. All right. But more importantly, the TV show. Ooh, that TV show. At the end, you know exactly. That's how this show leads off, is very Bad Blood-esque. And since we're not getting another season, just go and watch the Taylor Swift music video for Bad Blood, because that's going to be Calliope coming for Juliet's ass. All right? All right? That's all I got to say. If you haven't read the First Kill short story, it's really cute, you know? But it also has a little bit of bite to it. And then read the short story and then watch the TV show. Okay, is it a little cheesy? Yes. Was Teen Wolf cheesy? Yes. But it was iconic. And it really gave off modern Teen Wolf vibes. It just did. All right? And I wish we got a second season, but we didn't. So watch this first season, savor it, enjoy it for what it is. And then watch the Bad Blood music video for Taylor Swift, because that pretty much fills in the gaps for what's to come. All right. Next is I Know Places, okay? And that's pretty much talking about hiding away of a relationship, having it be very private. In my opinion, probably about Miss Carly Cloth, okay? But I digress. Anyways, all right, anyways, I Know Places. It's very much about keeping something hidden away, keeping something secret from the world, okay? I chose Bloody Rose because there is a very, very important plot point in this book that very much is the I Know Places vibe, okay? So this is the second book in the band series trilogy, I'm unsure, by Nicholas Eames, okay? The first book is King of the Wild. This is Bloody Rose, all right? This follows the daughter of one of the men from Kings of the Wild, okay? And pretty much she has her own gang of fighters. They are called a band. And one of the people in the band, she is, romantically involved with, married, shall you say. And they have a very, very important secret that they keep hidden at all times. And it's very important to them, all right? And you learn it pretty early on in the book, but I'm sure you could kind of guess, But this gives off very much I Know Places vibes, because Rose is very confident, very out there, is going to go very hard, all right? But, fuck, what's her husband? Free Cloud, who is her husband, is the opposite, and is a little more scared for Rose and all the risks that she takes, all right? And they're very hard trying to keep something secret. So, I love this book, all right? And I feel like it was a good, nice fit for Places We Can Hide, since Places We Can Hide is all about keeping a relationship tucked away in secret. While this isn't so much a relationship, between two people, a couple, it is definitely about a secret that they really feel like they keep hidden and tucked away and out of sight, out of reach. So, yeah, such a good book. Recommend. Yes. Then we move on to the Reputation album. And this will be our last album that we're covering in part 1 of today's Taylor Swift video, okay? And I have been listening. Anyways, all right, we are moving on to the Reputation era. What a phenomenal, iconic album that is before its time, okay? Listen back to Reputation now. It fucking slaps. I was one of the people that didn't love Reputation when it came out, but oh my god, it's one of the albums I listen to all the time now. It fucking slaps, okay? So let's dive into Reputation. First, I Did Something Bad by Taylor Swift, and never trust a narcissist, but they love me, okay? And I feel like something that really goes along with the vibes of this song for me was Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, all right? This is about a sister who will do anything she needs to save her, like I said, she's a sister, so she's doing anything she can to save her other sister, and basically she has a time limit, and what her objective is to kill the fucking her sister's husband, the king. Anyways, Nettle and Bone. She will do anything in her power to save her sister, including killing her husband, who is the prince of the realm, and she has to accomplish 3 impossible tasks in order to do so, but she's willing to do anything she can to save her sister. That family, that princess family, has been vultures upon her family for years. All right, so that is why I chose I Did Something Bad, because I did something bad, but it feels so good, because our main character, not 1 ounce of regret, all right? They had it coming. I don't regret it one bit, because they had it coming, and the prince had it coming, all right? And Nettle and Bone is actually a phenomenal book, and it's a standalone, short, between 200, 300-ish pages, very good, all right? I enjoyed it. You know me. I like more than a standalone. I wish we had more in the universe. But that's what this reminds me of. Even though it's more of a whimsical book than I Did Something Bad. Ding, ding, ding. But the messages are the same. They are the same. All right. And lastly, we have Dress by Taylor Swift. Oh, I love this song. This is the ultimate Gaylor song. This is the song, the ultimate song about Karlie Kloss. Like a golden tattoo, you know? And they were seen having matching golden tattoos. Yeah. All right. Anyways, dress. What did I choose for this? Like I said, the ultimate closeted anthem for queer people, queer women. All right. I chose A Desolation Called Peace. This is the second book in the Texicon duology. All right. And it's not directly the same plot line as A Memory Called Empire. It's a first contact story, but it builds upon a relationship that we get between our two characters, Mahit and Bree Seagrass. And it kind of builds upon that tension and builds upon that yearning between the two of them. And of course, it's a sapphic relationship. I couldn't choose anything but a sapphic relationship for this song, obviously. And I just feel like Mahit is very much fighting against herself the entire time. And Bree Seagrass just is so pining. And I just feel like this is a great way to represent the kind of tension between the two of them, especially in this book, you know, because the tension, they were beginning of friendship in the first book. This one is very much the tension between the two of them, and it's good. All right, it's good. It reminds me of Dress by Taylor Swift. All right, and the tension between her and Karlie Kloss, said to be BFFs, but in reality, lovers. And there we have it. Oh my god, almost dropped that. Today's video. This is part 1 to matching Taylor Swift songs to book recommendations, and I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. I know I did, you know, and I feel like most people who would do this video would match it with other types of genres, but I found it really interesting to try to match her songs to books in the genre I enjoy reading, which is science fiction fantasy. I had a really great time today. My name is Caitlin J. Reitz. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, comment down below what's a book that you would match with your favorite Taylor Swift song. And if you don't like Taylor Swift, what is a book you'd match with your favorite song, period? All right? Thank you. Have a great day.